Hi, this is Bob Weller doing a series of videos on advanced techniques for learning jazz improvisation on piano. These techniques all have something in common in that they are done slowly and evenly as a way to acquire technique and fluidity while improvising. Playing slowly and evenly is really the best way to acquire technique in any style, whether it's classical or jazz. So I encourage my students to play slowly and evenly and to not judge what happens because you're going to fumble around a little bit, and that's okay. This material assumes that you already know the jazz language, that you know how to voice chords, that you know scales, you know 2-5-1 progressions, you know what the blues is, and rhythm changes. And it would be sort of like the second semester of my piano class that I teach up in San Marcos, California. And we cover all the basics in this class. And the second class would be the stuff that I'm going to cover today, which we almost never get to. We get part of the way, but not all the way. So today it's my effort to make explicit what those exercises are in the second half of the course. So this first one is one that was given to me in the 1980s and by Phil Markowitz, who's a famous New York jazz piano player. And it's two parts, and here's the first part. Slowly and evenly, like I said. This is going to be in C Dorian. Here's the first one. So the thing to remember about that one is that it starts like this, and then so and then it turns around at the top and goes down. So there's 12 major or minor scales, 12 altered scales or Lydian augmented scales, however you want to call that scale, 2 whole tone scales, and 3 diminished scales, and 12 pentatonic scales that you can do that on. The pentatonic version is a little more difficult. I'll show it to you here. You're skipping a note again. In all 12 keys on that. So it's a lot of work, and that's just the first exercise. The second one is similar, but instead of starting like this, we're going to start like this. So we're leaving 2 notes in the middle instead of 1. And quickly, if I want to let's do another version. Let's do the altered scale. Be E flat Lydian augmented. This one, just one note different from Dorian. Here's Dorian, C Dorian, and here's C Lydian. C ascending melodic minor. So just one different note. So here it is. As I mentioned before, there are 3 diminished scales, and here's what they sound like. Here's the first exercise, the one where we leave 1 note in the middle. here's leaving 2 notes in the middle. So if you watch that last one carefully, you'll notice that I made a mistake in the middle, and I just played right over it, which is what I do on these because I'm trying to imitate like a live performance where I wouldn't be able to stop and correct anything. So I just played over that mistake, so you can figure that out. So in case you're not familiar with these diminished scales, there's 3 of them. There's the first one, also called an octatonic scale. The other ones look like this. There's the second one, and here's the third one. They're what's called scales of limited transposition because there are only 3 of them, not 12. And of course, the whole tone scales, you can do the exercise on those too. There's only 2 of them. There's this one and this one. That's it. So let me pick another scale at random here. Let's try F sharp linear augmented, and here's the second exercise where I leave 2 gaps and 2 notes in the middle. So here we go. And I guess I'll do, let me do a whole tone scale. Let me try that again. So those are the 2 exercises that Phil Markowitz gave me back in the 80s, and I've been using them ever since. And it takes quite a while to get through them, all of them. So good luck on that. And that's exercise number 1.